recording, I'm going to tell you that tonight on the homework, it's in between their two chairs. You guys do all the homework. Here I am recording myself, telling you that your homework is all of it, and that you're going to be graphing inequalities. So, in order to do tomorrow's lesson, like that really bothers teachers, you know? So, you got to be mindful of that, because he might not stop you, but it might, like, throw him off a little. So, I got to teach you some new stuff. But part of it, you've already learned. Do you guys know how to do a number line?
Yeah.
Do you guys know how to do a number line with positive and negative numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, let's practice. All right. So, we're going to, today is 11/7/24. And we're going to graph inequalities. Let's see if you know how to do this. Does anybody know what you call this inequality from elementary school?
The other side is less the alligator. The mouth is less the no.
Okay.
The mouth is more. The end is less, I think.
Interesting. I've never heard that, but I know what you're talking about. Okay, anybody else? Dylan?
That's the lesson.
That's the less than. This one is the less than. And you guys talked about the alligator. And so he said when it's the end, it's less. I like that. I've never heard that, but I can hear your teacher teaching you that. Juliana, do you want to add anything to this?
No.
Okay. All right, so what do we call this inequality? Greater than. Very good. Greater than. So we're writing this down. Writing this down. This is actually, this part that we're going to be writing down right now, you're going to be going back and referring to it all period long. All right. Now, have you guys seen this one?
Yes. I do an alligator, but I don't know what it means. I just guess when I get it right. It means equal.
So who can tell me what the whole name of this one is? Yes?
Like the same?
Now, what do you call this one?
Oh.
Like, what is its official name? Like, this one's official name is less than. This one's official name is greater than. So,
Equal to it?
equal to would be,
Oh, no.
equal to would look like this. That's equal to, right? So, what do we call that one officially? Julio?
Less than or equal to?
Very good. Got to put it together. This one is called less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. So we have the less than part, right, that you've already did in elementary school. And then this bottom line right there, this bottom line is the equal to. This bottom line is the equal to part. So less than or equal to. All right, what do you think the last one's going to be called?
Greater than or equal to?
Yeah, I didn't even write it down, Dylan. You already give me the answer. So this one, that symbol, is called
Greater or equal to?
Yep. Greater than or equal to. Write that down, please. Everybody write that down. Okay.
Isn't that used when you use variables?
All of these are going to be using variables. I'm going to ask you later on what is the difference between, this and this. What's the big deal of saying equal to a little bit later? So start thinking about that. I'm going to ask you. So what's the difference between a greater than and a greater than or equal to a little bit later? Okay, so let's go back to elementary school when life was so awesome and you had recess and whatnot. Okay, so in inequality, like if I said I had 5 and then the circle and then I had 2, right? This is elementary school. Let's review elementary. What inequality would you put in the circle? Mel?
Greater than.
Yeah. Remember greater than and then the mouth was open and the teeth. Remember that? Good times in elementary. Oh, good times. Let's all go back there. Oh, it was great. Okay, now we're in middle school. Now it's all different. Now we throw this away. Okay.
I see it.
In today's lesson, I need you to draw 4 circles next to each of the inequalities. This is now 7th grade. These circles are now 7th grade. I just got your email, Giovanni. Sheesh. Alright. Okay. I want you to color in the last 2 circles. Now, mathematically, there's a reason why we color in the last 2 circles and we don't color in the first 2 circles. I'm going to keep that to myself for a minute. Tiffany, put that away. Okay. Anybody want to take a guess why I shaded in the last 2 circles and not the first 2 circles? Yeah. Non-mathematically, it's because they have a line at the bottom. See this line at the bottom? Makes me color it in. Now, that's not the math reason. That's just looking at it, okay? A reason, not the math reason. The math reason will come in about 3 minutes. All right, now, you need this. Now we're going to graph. Now we're going to actually do the math. This is the stuff that we need to do the math. I am going to graph x is less than 2. X is less than 2. Yes, that's why we love Alex, because Alex exposes you to what I'm going to be teaching you.
I know how to do it. We don't know what's x, so we have to put the line less than, right? Less, no.
Yeah, it says this is less than.
Less than equal to, sorry.
Is there a line there?
No.
No.
We have to put the line.
No, we don't. We don't. Okay, stop. So, trick question. Do we know what x is?
Yes. No.
Yes, we do. What is x in this problem?
X.
1. What else could it be?
Any number.
Not any number.
X.
Not 2.
X.
0. What other number could x be?
3.
No.
2.
Okay, stop. No.
Negative.
Okay, stop. Yes.
Negative.
Let's read this. Let me read this. Let me go back 1 step. How do I read this problem? This problem is read as x is less than 2. So x could be any number, but it has to be less than 2. Okay? So which numbers are less than 2?
Negative.
Negative what? Negative 400. Give me another example. 1. Negative 1. Negative 1,000.
Negative 10,000.
Yep. What did you say, Julio?
1.5.
1.5.
Negative infinite.
Mm-hmm. So, is x just one number? No. In an inequality, x is like multiple numbers. A lot of numbers. Not any number, because it has to be less than 2. So, when we graph, you're telling me that. You're telling me, Miss Lamelli, there's a lot of answers. Okay, here's how we do it. You're going to start off with a line. What? We start with the line? Lupita, we started with the line. Draw the most straight line of your life.
Whoa. I should use a ruler.
All right. Now, do you see this number?
Huh? Yeah.
2? You're going to put it right in the middle. See the 2? Whatever number they give you, you're going to put right in the middle. Any number that they give you, you're going to put right in the middle. All right. Now, you're going to put 2 numbers below it and 2 numbers above it. Which 2 numbers come right before the 2?
0 and 1.
Yeah. So what's right before the 2?
1.
1. So we're going to write that down. We're going to create a number line. So what comes right before the 2? The number 1. What comes right before the number 1? 0.
Do we do the, and then you put 0 and 3 and 4?
Yeah, so which numbers come above the 2?
3 and 4.
3 and the number 4. Here. Are we okay with this number line? Do you understand where I got these two numbers and these two numbers? Are we okay with that? Okay, cool. All right. So this is, I hope you know how to do this. Now I'm going to teach you my 7th grade. Okay. Look at this. This says less than, right? Am I going to use a circle that's shaded or a circle that's open? Open. Very good. So you see this, you go up and you're like, oh, it's that one. What kind of circle is it? It's called an open circle. So I'm going to put an open circle on top of the number
0. No, 1. No, 2.
2. Whatever number this is, you're going to put the circle there.
Oh, is it my last year?
Okay. Now, we're going to say, you're going to tell me which numbers are less than 2.
1 and 0.
Okay. So if I put 0, is 0 less than 2? Yes. So would my alligator be happy here? Yes. What if someone said 4, and so Melly 4, and I go, okay, is 4 less than 2?
Yes.
No. So my alligator would be pretty mad, right? Because I'm not feeding it the bigger number. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pencil and we're going to shade in the directions that make my alligator happy. Meaning, which numbers are less than 2? Is it on the left side or is it on the right side?
Left side.
So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to shade pretty dark, showing, hey, guys, all of these numbers are less than 2. And why do you think I have to add an arrow at the end? Why do I have to add a big arrow at the end? It continues. So this arrow right here tells me that it continues. It keeps going. Even though I only have these two numbers, didn't you guys shout out like negative 1,000 and negative 50,000? Well, those numbers are over here. We didn't include them in our number line, so I should see you shade. I should actually hear you shading.
I'm gonna listen.
Okay, that's it. That's graphing. What are the 3 parts of graphing? A number line, a circle, and then shading. Okay? Now, do I expect you to understand this right now? No. I expect you to understand this now. All right, let's do another problem. X is less than or equal to 7. X is less than or equal to 7, right? So that's the math problem. Now, what's our first step in this math problem? What do we have to do first? Number line. Now, for my class, what number goes in the middle? Whatever number this is. What number is this?
7.
So 7 goes in the middle. Now, in my class, we do 2 numbers below the 7 and 2 numbers above the 7. So figure out what 2 numbers are below and what 2 numbers are above. Which 2 numbers are above the 7 and which numbers are below the 7. Put them in the right spot. Tiffany, you got them in the right spot? Good.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, so which number goes right here, right next, before the 6? Before the 7, 6. What number goes here? 5. And then number over here? 8 and 9. Now, this is just a part of the number line, right? Do we all understand that it keeps going? I just don't make you write it. I mean, I could. I should. But I don't. Okay, now, look at this on the first part of your notes. What is this one called?
Greater than or equal to.
Greater than or equal to. Okay. Greater than or equal to. I'm writing it down so we practice the vocabulary and you're using it and you're writing it. Okay, now let's read it. X is greater than or equal to 7. So I'm looking for all the numbers that are greater than or equal to 7. Give me some examples of numbers that are greater than or equal to 7.
1,000.
1,000. 7.
8.
8.
Infinite.
Infinite.
50,000.
50,000.
1 trillion.
Okay, so all of these answers that you're yelling at me, are those answers on the left side or on the right side? Okay, for those of you who are like, wait, what? Here it is. Let's pick a number on the right side. Let's pick 9. So if I plug in 9, is 9 greater than or equal to 7?
Greater.
So is the alligator happy with this problem? Mm-hmm. Yes. That's here. Now, what if I pick 5? Is 5 greater than or equal to 7? Is it? Is this true? Is the alligator eating the bigger number? So it's kind of sad, right? Kind of mad. That came from over here. So in which direction, the left or the right, is the alligator happy? Is it happy with the 9 or is it happy with the 5?
9.
It's happy with the 9, right? So that means that we're going to shade in which direction? Right. Oh my God, but I forgot my circle. Oh
my God.
I should go home now.
Yep. We should all go home.
Or I can start eating this.
You know what, Miss? I'll go home for you.
Okay. That's not fair. Okay, sorry. Go back. Rewind. Whoop. Look at this. Is this going to be an open circle or a closed circle? It is closed. Why is it closed?
Because there's a line.
No. It has a line. So closed circle because it has a line. I haven't taught you why mathematically it is. I will with this problem. Okay, sorry. Now which way do I shade? To the left or to the right? To the right. So we're going to use our pencil and we're going to shade to the right. Okay. Why is this one a closed circle?
Because it has a line in the bottom.
Okay, but mathematically.
Because it has a line in the
No,
bottom.
that's not it.
Because
Why mathematically is this dot closed and the one we did before not closed?
So it can take the larger number, not the rest of the number?
No. Why closed? Julio.
Because it could also be 7.
wow.
That's simple as that. Is 7 greater than or equal to 7?
Equal.
It's the equal, right? So is 7 a part of my answers?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The alligator's happy with this one because of the line, because of the equal to part. 7 is greater than or equal to 7. It's the part of the equal to that makes this statement okay. If I go back to the last problem, which I will, here, can I use 2 as my answer? Is 2 less than 2? Is 2 less than 2? No. The alligator would be mad here. That's why we haven't, mathematically, that's why we have an open circle. We have an open circle because I can't actually use 2. 2 would make my answer wrong. Okay? It's like, I can have children that are older than 2 watch the scary movie. They have to be older. That doesn't make sense for this problem. No, hold on. Let's do it with this problem. Stop. Okay. Kids who are 7 and older can watch the movie.
Only 7?
Stop. Don't focus on that. Focus on the math. So, students that are older, are 7 and older can watch the movie. So can a 7-year-old watch the movie?
Yes.
Yes, because it's 7 or older. So if I'm 7, I'm okay, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. This one. Only babies that are under 2 should drink a bottle of milk.
No.
Stop. We're looking at the math, not the personal life, like Dylan. And you notice how he stopped and he listened and he made sense of it? Perfect, Dylan. Thank you. Okay, here. Only babies that are under 2 should drink a bottle of milk. If I'm 2, can I drink a bottle of milk?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Does
No.
no.
Oopsie.
Right? This says if you're 2, you're too old. So,
2.
babies under 2 can drink bottles of milk. If I'm 2, can I drink the bottle of milk? No, because I'm not under 2. This problem says you have to be under 2. Kind of like when if you go to Disneyland and you have to be above the height limit, right? To go on certain rides. All right, let's try this one. What do we start with?
X.
Is greater than or
5.
equal to 5. Okay, what's our first step in graphing?
Make the line.
Very good, make the line. Good job. What number do I use in the middle?
5.
Which number goes right here?
4.
Which number goes right here?
3.
Which number goes here?
6.
And
7.
okay, that's the first part. That's part number 1. Draw the number line. Whatever this number is right in the middle. Okay. Now go back into your chart. Is this going to be an open circle or a closed circle?
Open.
Close. Oh yeah, close.
Close circle.
Because of this line, right?
Yes.
Now let's read the problem. The problem says x is greater than or equal to 5. So I'm looking for numbers that are greater than or equal to 5. Is that going to be on my left side or on my right side? Well, let's pick a number. Let's pick 7. Is 7 greater than or equal to 5? Is the alligator happy here? Is the alligator eating the bigger number? Yes. So that means that I have to shade where the 7 is. I'm going to shade with my pencil this way and put an arrow. And what does this arrow mean? This arrow means that it's still continuing. But I stopped my number line. But this arrow means you can continue. Okay? Now, this says you're at Disneyland. And you can go into this line, this ride, if you are 5 or older. 5 or older. So can I be 5? Yeah, I can be 5 or older. The closed circle means the 5 works. The 5 works. If it's an open circle, that means the 5 does not work. No bueno. All right, now let's do a hard problem. Super hard. What do you think is going to make this problem hard?
The negative 2.
The negative. Do you think we're going to start the same way?
No.
Oh, we are. What are we going to start with?
The line.
Number line. And what do you think we're going to do next?
Add 2 in the middle.
Not 2.
Add.
No.
Negative 2.
A negative 2.
Oh.
Now, this is where a lot of students made a mistake last period. A lot. So don't write anything down other than this, because I don't want you to make a mistake. I'm going to ask you, and I ask you for help before everybody makes a mistake. So that'll tell me what number goes right here.
-1.
Negative 1 like that would be incorrect.
I know where.
Alex,
In front of the 2.
which would be right here.
No, the other side.
So behind the 2,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's negative 1.
Then 0. And then in
Sure,
front
we
of
can
2,
add a 1.
It's negative 3, negative 4.
Second period, I had them do it by themselves, and a ton of students made that mistake of putting these numbers over here. And I understand where that mistake is coming from, because you think the 1 would always be before a 2. I get it. Because it's a negative, everything is backwards. This side's always becoming smaller, 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 smaller. So, take a moment to understand this, because the number one mistake we saw was this part from last period. Okay? That's where it becomes hard. Okay, what is this inequality called?
Greater than.
Thank you. Greater than. Okay, so let's read it. X is greater than negative 2. X is greater than negative 2. Are we going to have an open circle or a closed circle? Open. Now, which numbers are greater than negative 2? The numbers on the left or the numbers on the right? Right. So we're going to take our marker and we're going to go this way. And if you don't understand why we shaded this way, you can pick a number. I'm going to pick 0. Is 0 greater than negative 2? Yes. So that's why I'm going to shade in the direction where the 0 is, because 0 makes the alligator happy. So I'm going to shade in the direction that makes the alligator happy. If I were to use negative 4 is not bigger. It's not greater than. I would have an angry alligator. Yeah, you could. You can choose any of these numbers. I just chose 0. All right, let's try one more. What goes right in? Oh, sorry. I'm going too fast for myself. X is less than or equal to negative 10. X is less than or equal to negative 10. What number goes right in the middle? All right. If you're not sure about these numbers, leave them blank. If you think you can do it, plug them in. And ask for a volunteer to help me plug them in. If you think you got it, do it. If you don't, hold 30 seconds. All right, Dylan, you raise your hand first. What number goes here?
-11.
So easy.
Then here? And over here? We should have sensed that.
Please excuse interruption. Oh, this just in. We are having a pop-up sale. It is only for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. So make sure that you take your raffle tickets out to the lunch area. We will be in Mrs. Cano's area. So during lunch, get your lunch first, and then make sure 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders that you take out your raffle tickets, because we will be having a pop-up store. Also, those of you who participate in clubs, remember to go to your club meetings today. Thank you. Okay, so if you did it before I did it and got it right, good. If you're still, learning how to redo a number line, please make sure you copy it correctly. Open or close circle?
Close.
So this will give me a closed circle here. Now, I'm looking for numbers that are, Andy, less than or equal to negative 10. Which numbers are less than or equal to negative 10? On the left side or on the right side? I'm looking for numbers that are less than or equal to negative 10. What do you guys say? Left side. To the left. Does anybody see a pattern of how we're shading? Mel?
We're shading
Yes?
We're going right, and then we go to left, and we go back to right.
Yay! Does anybody see a pattern of the problem and how we're shading? Does anybody see? What do we see?
Right.
What?
Right, left.
I don't like that. I know, we don't have a lot of time, but actually these are pretty fast. Well, 7 minutes. And you know how much time you need for this? 6 minutes.
That's a lot of time.
All right. Let's look at the first problem on our sheet. My suggestion, Chris and everybody, would be to have your notes open up to this page right here. This part. Wherever these are in your notes, this is going to be extremely helpful, this first part. Great. Okay, let's look at number 1. Okay, number 1. Where are we going to put the circle?
The 0.
No.
The negative
Above
2.
the 0.
No.
Above the negative 2.
Above the negative 2. Whatever this number is. On number 1, whatever this number is. Now they put 0 in the middle. Ignore that. Okay, is this going to be an open circle or a closed circle?
Close.
Closed. So on negative 2, put a closed circle. Yay, you're halfway there. When you take a test, that's the first thing I grade. Is it open or is it closed? Okay, now we're looking for numbers that are greater than negative 2. Which side?
Right.
Left or right are my numbers greater than negative 2?
Right.
So we put a little line with an arrow signifying that those answers are
So that's
greater than or equal to negative 2. And that's it. This is the first part and this is the second part of graph.
backside? Yeah.
All right. Number 2, where are you going to put your circle? 5. Is it going to be open or is it going to be closed? Open.
I get it.
Good.